Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Here is another speed drawing of one of my original characters. I've been playing around with his look for some time now and I think I got him just how I want him to look. This drawing didn't take me forever to do because this is just a close-up of a profile face and I'm pretty much happy on the way it came out. Now, what I want to talk about today is something simple. My journey as an artist so far. Just to put everything short, I've drawn since I was a little girl and I decided I wanted to go to art college after high school. And I did, but to be candid, I went to 2 art schools. I started at one and then I transferred to the other across the country for various different reasons, such as my major. At my first college, it didn't feel as fleshed out as it should have been. But after all of that, at my second college, I gained my BFA in 3D modeling, in which I finished school winter of 2016. I never intended my graduation because traveling back was too expensive. But my degree was mailed to me, so I was happy about that. Everything was pretty much done. But ever since I finished college, I barely worked on 3D modeling. Instead, I decided to put all of my focus on improving my skills in 2D, such as digital drawing, digital painting, traditional drawing, traditional painting. And because I felt like I was lacking in skill with that part of my art. I still love to 3D model, and I open up my program once in a while just to dabble in them, make different shapes, extrude, pull vertices, all the good 3D modeling stuff. What I mainly do 3D modeling for at the moment is doing quick objects in the 3D program. I still have my student version. They haven't cut it off yet, so yeah, I'm still using that. If they cut it off, I'm pretty much just going to go to Blender, the free 3D software, and figure that one out. I do like different objects like a quick table or a quick bed, and I usually do these scenes for my webcomic that I'm currently making so I can have some type of environment reference. It's not very detailed in what I 3D model, and then I just fill in the blanks when I'm drawing over the snapshot of my 3D object that I created. But 3D modeling is just not my main focus at the moment as much as it used to be. Now with that said, my art is not industry standard at all. And that's one of the reasons why I feel like I haven't found any art jobs, because I've been searching ever since I left school, but I had no luck, and I've been doing regular jobs, but also is location. And another reason is I don't think that I have a good enough portfolio, and I haven't worked on improving my portfolio that I currently have, so that's kind of a setback for me as well, because I really want to focus on my stories at the moment. So why did I go to art school? Well, one thing is I did want to get better, which I did get better compared to before I started. Also, I did naively hope that going to art school would prepare me for a professional job in the art industry, but it didn't. I don't know, it was me, or it was the school, it was a combination of both, but some artists do come out of art school and find an art job, and some don't. Hopefully my skills will get good enough to be industry standard, because I would love to live off of my art in some way or form. But I also do love having my autonomy with my work. So if I could live off of my work by creating what I love, then that would be ideal for me. Now, I mentioned webcomics a little bit earlier. I am making one. It's called Mercenary Bound. I've been working on it since February 2017, and I'm still on the 3rd chapter. And this has been one of my most major long-term projects that I've ever worked on. I did not know how much work goes into making a comic, and I do everything, so I learned very quickly that it is very time consuming. So at the beginning, I was just working on it daily, all the time, but now since I'm on chapter 3, I'm slowly chipping away at it. But that's because of life, for one, and I want to focus on other things as well, so I have to divide my time. And even though I'm doing everything on my own, every time I finish a page, it is a rewarding experience. Currently, my webcomic is free. You can check out the links below to find it if you are a little bit interested in it. But hopefully by the end of this year, I should have the rest of chapter 3 out. That is my goal. I do have a little bit of extra time because life has slowed down a little bit. I'm also a writer. I've seriously written 2 unpublished novels, with one of those novels being rewritten at least 3 times, and I still have to go over it again because there's still some kinks that I want to iron out, so I might rewrite it a 4th time. And there is another novel, the other novel, I'm reading over it right now, and I'm preparing to rewrite it again. And there are other manuscripts that I wrote, but I'm gonna keep them pushed aside. Maybe I'll return back to them and see if I can expand on them, rework them, and make them into a comprehensible story. But right now they're just tucked away. And these 2 books I'm currently working on. I've been working on these books for 5 years, maybe. I have to recheck. I timestamped my novel so I can see when I began, when I stopped, just to see how my timing is. And I'm pretty slow at everything because I'm stretched so thin on different projects. And I mentioned before, the webcomic is time consuming. So I'm just juggling all these projects. And I'd like to tie all my drawings into my webcomic or my novels. I'm making this universe where my stories take place. I have pretty much the world drawn out, and I have the names of the worlds. The structure of the worlds is mainly fantasy, so I have the magic system and all the different species, creatures, everything like that outlined. And if I want to flesh something out, I can go back to it and see how I can flesh it out. But that's what I mainly want to do, is to create stories in different mediums, mainly writing and drawing. Hopefully that can expand to different things, but right now these are the ones that I'm most familiar with and that I can easily work on. And I'm glad that I have these tools to do these things right now. My writing skills and my drawing skills are always developing, and I do like to go back to my old work and see how much I've improved. I love having that autonomy in doing my art and writing when I want, and I also want to share my work with others. So far, I am enjoying my journey in my art and writing, and sometimes it's frustrating. Sometimes I feel like I'm going nowhere with my work. Sometimes when I share my work, it feels like nobody's paying attention. And I have to remind myself I'm making this for me first, and these are the stories that I want to read. There's this quote by Toni Morrison. I'm pretty sure that everybody's heard of it. If there's a book you want to read but it hasn't been made yet, then you must make it. And I think that this also correlates with art as well and all other creative mediums. And I really like that quote because it helps keep me on track on staying true to my art and my writings, and it takes me back to the reason why I'm making what I'm making right now. And even though sometimes life does get in the way, like job or anything like that, I do find my way back to working on what I love to do. And even if it's just for an hour or a minute, or me just daydreaming about different scenes and what I want to happen, it just makes me feel complete. So I hope you've learned a little bit more about my art journey, and I hope you continue to join me on it wherever it leads me. And that's it for this one. I hope you enjoyed this drawing, and I hope to see you for another one. Thank you. Take care. See you next time. Bye.